guys, it's Melanie and I'm so excited for this video. There's a lot that we're going through though, so I'm gonna make this intro really quick. First off, huge thank you to Cricut for sponsoring this video. If you guys know the brand Cricut, literally a crafter, DIY, connoisseur person, human like me, their dream for literally any DIY project. You can make anything come to life, but I'm not gonna talk too much about it right now because you will see it in many of these DIYs today. All of these crafts are inspired heavily, lightly, somewhere in the middle by different TikToks that I've seen. Other than that, let's get straight into this because I'm showing you 10 different DIYs that I am trying from TikTok. Hey guys, it's voiceover Melanie. What is up? I am so excited for this first DIY. Not to give a spoiler, but I love how this one turned out. This was a popular video that I saw on TikTok for a little while and it took me a while to get to it, but I am so glad that I did, and I honestly want to make more of these because it was so easy and it is so adorable. I've been in love with this trend of kind of like quirky looking room decor, so I absolutely love this for that. It's also super customizable because you can find different size mirrors and make different shapes and paint them whatever color you want. So here I just used some polymer clay, baked that in the shape that I wanted, and then I painted it with acrylic paints. You could also just use colored clay, but I didn't have that at home, so I just opted out for this. And I also painted some fun little designs on top because I wanted to add a little extra. I absolutely love how this adds a little pop of color to your room and to a mirror that would otherwise be basically colorless, but I think it would look so cool if you had like a little collection of these in different colors and all on like one wall. So like I might have to do that. While I left my frame to dry, I headed over to my Cricut, and guys, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is the transforming factor that makes this look so professional. Like literally you could buy it at Urban. First off, I just chose the text I wanted to show on my mirror, and I chose the quote, "You look so good. We're all for empowerment over here." Cricut makes it super simple to use their machine, and it has step-by-step tutorials and also tells you exactly what to do as you're doing it. For this mirror, I decided to make a vinyl sticker, so I just used some application tape for that, and I used some white vinyl. After my Cricut cut out the quote, I just weeded out all of the excess material, and then I used the application tape to basically make it into a sticker. Then I just grabbed my mirror, centered where I want the text, and then applied my sticker. It was easy as that. Then I just grabbed the frame and used some hot glue to attach it. That is it for this first DIY. I just used some command tape to attach it to my wall, and I love how this looks. Not me taking a little mid-crafting break, just me next to our elliptical. I just wanted to chat with you guys about my new Cricut machine, which, as I said, it is literally a crafter's dream. You can create literally anything in your brain with this machine. I'm telling you, I have quite a couple things I made in this video with the help of the Cricut. I also made a couple things before. I absolutely love how versatile this product is. Not only is it just super versatile, but it also looks super professional. Using this machine, it looks like I bought it from a store, which is crazy. Cricut cuts different kinds of materials super accurately. Various papers to cardstocks to fabrics. I used iron-ons in this video. You can also do vinyls. There's just so many options. It's also a great value. Obviously, it really is an investment, but honestly, when you're making so many things and so many different kinds of things, you're kind of paying for the ability to make anything from your mind. Also, it's so easy to use. I'm not gonna lie, opening the packages can be a little bit overwhelming. I'm not the best at reading instructions or following them, but I swear they make it so easy. They give you like a little envelope. It tells you all the steps, and there's also a bunch of instructions online and a bunch of instruction videos on their website. So if you're a visual learner, they literally have it all laid out for you, and it takes you through like step by step as you're doing any process, making literally anything. Alright, on to DIY number 2, starting off with my Cricut. Once again, I just chose a quote that I love, and that is "Treat people with kindness." You basically just type out the text how you want it to appear and how you want your Cricut to cut it out, and then you choose the material that you are using. After that, you just feed your mat into the Cricut machine and then press the go button, and the Cricut goes to work cutting it out exactly and precisely how you want it. Since I'm just applying my decal onto a plain cotton t-shirt, I'm just using the everyday iron-on material on a standard mat on the computer software, which also gives you all the instructions. It even counts down how far along you are in cutting out the design. Then once again, I am weeding out my design. You can get a bunch of tools like this. They look like things you'd use at the dentist's office, honestly, but weeding out the design is low-key like my favorite part. It's like therapeutic to me. Now that I have weeded out my design, you can see the text quite clearly. By the way, don't forget to mirror your text, or else you are gonna have backwards text on your shirt. As I said earlier, they make the instructions so so simple and walk you through everything. So here I looked up the instructions for using the easy press, which is going to help me iron on my design. I just made sure to heat it up to the temperature it told me to, which is 315 for my material. I did 15 seconds heating it up. This just really preps your material and makes sure it has a nice flat surface for the decals to apply to. Then I did 30 seconds on the actual iron on material. As you can see here, it counts down for you and beeps when it's ready. And then I just repeated all of these steps with each word. And then the instructions informed me to flip my shirt over once I was done and then heat press it for another 15 seconds on the back, just to ensure that everything was really sealed in. After letting it cool, you just remove the clear plastic backing and your super professional shirt is completed. I was so in love with how my shirt turned out that I decided to make a couple more. So this is how I made another hoodie, and I love how this one turned out also. It was actually inspired by a Pinterest photo. Now on to DIY number 3. I have been seeing these phone chains. I don't know if they're supposed to be for decoration or practical, but I've been seeing them all over TikTok and even Etsy and little shops, and it just seems way too easy not to make yourself, and also you can totally customize it. So I had all the, I almost called them ingredients, all the supplies at home. I just used some string and then a bunch of plastic beads that, you know, you would see at a summer camp or something. I put my name on it because I don't know, if I lose my phone, someone can find it for me. Pretty self-explanatory. I beaded it, a design that I liked, and then I basically attached it by tying a little knot around, you know where like the sound button is on your phone case? I just did one of those like temporary knot things. I have no clue what it's called, a slip knot. I'm not sure, but you can kind of see what I'm doing here, or like struggling to do here. Not gonna lie, I thought these phone chains were a little bit silly at first. They seemed kind of dumb and impractical, but now I am completely obsessed with it. Apparently so obsessed with it that I went over and started talking about it in the 4th DIY. My apologies, bad Melanie. This DIY, so easy. It's literally gonna take 20 seconds for me to explain it. I saw this video of them melting records into bowls. They did it on a stovetop, and I watched videos on YouTube on how to do that. I couldn't find any on stovetop, and I was scared I was gonna literally like break something, but I found a tutorial on how to just melt it in your oven. It was so easy. You just put it on an oven safe bowl or something round that you want the shape to be similar to. Put it in there at 315 for just literally a couple minutes until it melts how you like, and that's that. Wow, we are already on to DIY number 5, halfway into this video. That is crazy. For this one, I am making these kind of like quirky looking beaded necklaces that kind of look like they were made at camp by a middle schooler, but they also, I'm pretty sure, I'm sorry, I'm not well versed on like jewelry or fashion. I think they're based on like some high-end jewelry that's really expensive and just like looks fancy and all quirky and stuff, but either way, I think they're cute, so I decided to recreate them. Basically, what I gathered from the photos I've seen is that they mix a bunch of colorful random beads and then put little pearls or like random chunky more statement beads in between. So that's basically what I did. I used thread for this, and then I just tied it onto like metal clamps at the end and made it adjustable. I love how colorful these are and how customizable they are. It's also just so fun to make, and you can really explore your inner middle schooler. I also love this so much that I decided to make 2 so that I could layer them, and I love how these turned out. On to DIY number 6. This is kind of like a room decor-ish DIY. I think I saw this on TikTok. I'm not really sure. I will see about that, but it's so simple. Literally took like 2 seconds. I just took some film photos, but you could choose like any photos, prints that you like. And then I grabbed a bunch of DVDs. You could use CDs, literally anything. I just got this from the thrift store for a couple dollars. You can use Mod Podge to like apply this more permanently, but I just used tape because I figured I'm just like sticking it on my wall, you know, and it's faster, easier. Basically, you just cut around the people in the photo, you cut around the edge so it's nice and circular, matching the CD or DVD that you're using. And I don't know, something about this, just a little fun, a little funky, looks really nice in your room. DIY number 7. You know those tops that are so trendy, the little wrap ones and even like wrap bikinis. However, it's literally a piece of fabric and they're so expensive. Well, guess what? You can make that with just a t-shirt, and it is so easy. You don't even need a sewing machine, although I'm going to be using one in this tutorial. You're just going to snip off the bottom of your t-shirt and also make a little string by cutting around. Using the big rectangle bottom of your shirt that you cut, you're just going to wrap that around your bust to measure how long you want it to be. And then you're going to make make 2 seams on each of the ends. I use my sewing machine to do this part, but you could definitely hand sew it because it's just like 2 straight lines. And then you are going to be threading through that little strap piece of, you know, whatever that's called that you made with the shirt, kind of yarn string. But make sure to use a little pin for this. It makes it so much easier. And then you have a very schmancy looking trendy top. On to DIY number 8, we are making more jewelry, and I don't know if this is just on my For You page, but these like wired beaded rings have been literally everywhere. They're so dainty, adorable, and they're pretty simple to make. This is one of the more complex designs, and my explanation is just not gonna do it justice, so just watch the TikTok video that I'm laying over here. It makes a lot more sense than whatever I'm doing, especially because this isn't like 20 times speed. But enjoy this montage of me trying to figure out how to make this. Personally, I think it turned out pretty cute. It did take kind of a while to figure it out, but I think it's pretty adorable, and it's kind of similar to these beaded flower necklaces that I made a little while ago, so it wasn't that bad. DIY number 9. Okay, we are really getting to that section where I'm getting even worse at explaining how to do things, but this is another one where I'm just gonna let the TikTok tutorial explain how to do it. Also, I will link this TikTok below because she has a link to the actual pattern for this. Because I didn't have the right measurement of fabric, I didn't bother buying the pattern. I kind of just winged it with the concept of the design. Plus, I've made tote bags before, so I kind of figured it'd be similar to a normal tote bag, just like in the shape of a heart, which actually made it like 10 times harder. Basically, the entire concept of this is a heart tote bag, which I think is absolutely adorable. It was not adorable to make because it actually took me like 2 hours because I made it like lined and tried to make it good quality and whatever, which actually ended up biting me in the butt because I was literally so tired from sewing. But nonetheless, I love how it turned out. I also really like this fabric. It looks kind of like marbly or something. I'm not sure, but I feel like I could bring this tote bag with me to an art museum and look kind of cool. So here you can just see a little montage of me making it. All in all, I do recommend this because now I have a cute heart tote bag, and I don't know if anybody sells something like this, but you can make one. And then wow, I never thought we would make it here to DIY number 10. I cannot believe I did 10 DIYs in the span of like 2 days. I was kind of exhausted, but this last one, don't worry, is not that hard. It is just another wired ring, but it's only around like 1 small gem, so it was actually really easy, and you just do like a lot of wrapping. But once again, watch the tutorial for this one. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and got some creative inspiration. Let me know if you tried out any of these DIYs. Huge thank you once again to Cricut for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out any of their appliances, make sure to check out the description. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.
I know you wanna leave, so come on baby, be with me so happily.